and how to incorporate selves with David Hawkins' consciousness scale, and then how to view it as a perception. So the thing that I'm going to start off with is analogy of you can have water that goes off a duck's back, or you can have the water that comes into a sponge and it soaks up like a sponge every emotion, everything that you might feel, or anything that's happening in your life. Okay, so if we go to the the duck, it's going to come and say, right, I analysed this drop is coming down, I can entertain it, and I can go, yeah, that drop is there, and it's going to go fuck off, okay? And then I can just put it into my side toolbox, imagine it, okay? And I put it into this toolbox, and maybe I could use it, It could be skill, it could be the perception of that feeling, okay? And in spiral dynamics, we have a negative experience, maybe with a certain emotion, a certain thing, when it comes to development of each colour. Or I have a positive experience, okay? And then if I have a positive or I have a negative, more than likely if I had the positive experience, probably didn't have the negative experience. Or if it's neutral, you probably had both, okay? At least that's to my awareness. So the person who has a negative experience with it will not be able to access what it is and feels like to be the person who has the positive one, because they don't have prior experience to it. So that's hence why it's probably negative or dependent upon the score. Now, if we take that into consideration, that's a tool in our toolbox that we can use. With the spiral dynamics, we have the analogy of off a duck's back with the emotion, or we can entertain that certain emotion, positive or negative, in the person that's soaking in everything, which is going to be the sponge person, and then they just run absolutely rancid or mad. So with this box that we have and our toolbox of abilities, the more you know about you, the more you know about the operator self, the better. The more you can be mind flexible and have life flexibility, it's going to allow you to live a better life, ultimately. It's like there's a tool that may be seen to be a barbell, okay? And the person just thinks, all I can do with a barbell is squat the barbell. Some other person might look, no, we can push the barbell and we can squat the barbell. Oh, the third person might go, no, we can actually pull, push, squat. We can twist it, okay? And we can use one arm with it. We can deadlift with one arm. We can do all these different movements. So with the same tool, but the operator has a different perspective of how many uses it could possibly have. And then in saying that, what does that mean for life? It means that the broader awareness that we have, the more we know as awareness and knowledge, to have information and experience with knowledge rather than information, the greater enhancement we have of this life flexibility. For greater life flexibility, what does life and what is that going to turn out to be? And then we have to ask ourselves, what is it that I don't have enough flexibility of, or observe that something's coming up in my life constantly and I just cannot get under the knit and grit of this, and I can't escape it. It's conditioned in me, it's in me, I just can't undo this. And then you observe it, okay? And you think, what would be the conditions for this not to exist? Then also ask the question, by this existing and me knowing it is existing, by being the observer of this, what cost does it have to me that I'm doing nothing about it? Maybe you are, but you're trying to use the same tools that you currently have to fix a problem that you don't have the awareness or knowledge to fix, and keep using the same thing trying to fix that thing. So then you think, fuck, what is it I need to know? What is it? More than likely it's someone to show you. They've now expanded your awareness that this is capable and this is a thing that could possibly happen. So, or there could be an upgrade of the current tools you have, or it could be a new tool. Either way, if you have a cup that only has a liter of capacity and you're trying to get 2 liters, it's always going to overflow. It's always going to go, why the fuck is this not working? I can't put 2 liters in. That's so stupid. But we do it to ourselves, where we think, fuck, I should be able to do this thing. But you haven't got the reps in. You haven't got the awareness capacity right now for the particular thing. You might have things that are self-doubt talking to you about improving and selling this product, and you're like, fuck, for selling this. Because sales is a bad connotation. I've been told that my whole life. Or you could go to another side and go, well, if I'm the facilitator of helping someone help themselves, what sort of reaction is that going to have for people, and what sort of life will they have by proxy of that thing? And then, in essence, the return on that, you will never actually know what it is or know what it was. And then Book Film Minister had said this is per session, and it's basically saying that it's like a butterfly effect way that you will never see the outcomes of, but it's the intention behind of what you were trying to do and help people with. Was it for yourself, or was it for that you want to help the world ascend to higher levels of consciousness, for example, versus for your own personal endeavors? Which is a more abundant source of energy? It's the one that has the the holistic element versus the singular ego element. So think about tapping into that rather than just self. Think broader, think bigger, as it can serve and it's an infinite supply of energy. Okay. So in essence, what we said and what am I doing and what do I want to apply to, is that these are perceptions, they're tools. Some tools you think that they work to other people, they're not working for you. Maybe it's the channel, maybe it's the way you were taught, maybe it was something's holding you back that you can't really put a finger on. So it's like, how could I label this thing that's keeping me in the jar, but I can't read the label of what the thing is, what the thing was. And then you go, well, now that I have this exercise, I'm going to actually do this. And if you actually do this, then you're actually going to know that, okay, these are certain tools that I have for this particular thing within these particular jars that I think I have XYZ. Does anyone personally in my relationship or relationships that I have, could they tell me something more about this, about myself than I could myself? Is there any test that I could do that I haven't done that could tell me more about myself? And then me to know better of the operator which I am in order to succeed. Because maybe you're doing stuff that you're trying to focus on these weaknesses and things that you're not really orientated towards. And then you might have other strengths that are better to strengthen it, and then might ask yourself, oh, could I push this away for someone else to do and help me with, versus me trying to do it because he's retracting and actually making me worse? Possibly. And again, someone could say, toughen up, go do that particular thing that you're not doing and just go with it. Then, if we think about all this that I was saying, it's like a perception thing, a skill-based acquisition thing. It's an awareness thing. But unless you're shown, generally you don't see. So what's the invitation here? It's to try label the jars that are currently in your life and maybe holding you back. Think what tools you've available. Then reference other tools that have been available to other people about those things that they succeeded to overcome those things. Or what is it that is holding you back that you could replace with subconscious techniques in order to overcome what is holding you back by future altering the person that you want to be, or you are. You say, I am strong, I am action taker, I am a starter, I am this, versus saying, I want. The universe doesn't know. When's the time? When's this? Okay. So if you label, it's generally the energy that you're going to bring around. Oh, I'm fat. Oh, I'm confident. For work, the weather. It's energy going down, spiraling down. It's useless. Like, what benefit does that have to someone's life? Sulking, being a victim of life. Be the hero. Be the leader. Taking responsibility is the first step. Having a psycho-social environment is another step. Having a mentor is another step. Having a dedicated plan of learning is another step. All those steps you can use for change. And then the result that you get from the new actions that you've implemented will dictate how things have been going, depending upon your measurement sticks. And every single time that you get a result, it is actually the best thing, because it proves that you've done something. You've never failed. That's a perception thing, that you fail. Successing is what you are doing. You are trying. You are actually doing something. It's positive. It's not a negative. You can get really good at things. Maybe it's you got really good at each part of the ladder, and then it got you to the top, and you're like, fuck, I didn't expect to go here. Well, it's like a plane. Once you go from A to B, it tracks a plan to get there. And then, the winds come and it knocks it off by 2 degrees and it ends up at a different direction. And it goes, fuck it off, I need fuel. And then everyone dies, maybe. Yeah, that's quite morbid. But the essence is, such a small thing can put you off course. So constantly recalibrating where you're at